prepared for your interview, how do you remember how the interview went? What did it focus on?
For my interview, it lasts around 1 hour.
Right.
So it's a 30 minutes of preparation for the news article, which focuses on either Europe or the region in which your campus or application specialize in. And you have 10 minutes of like oral presentations and another 10 minutes of like Q&A session.
Okay.
You never know what's going to come out, that's for sure. Because I remember I got the Taiwanese student protest against the closing economic tie between Taiwan and China,
right.
which was really important. But then I have to admit it was not the most prominent issue at the time. Yeah.
And yet you're going to find yourself in Taiwan next year.
Yeah, but I didn't think of that back then. But in a sense, you can still prepare for the interview in, like you can read our news article
right.
from The Economist, from Time magazines, and just to beef up your general knowledge. Mm-hmm. But I think like the interviewers are not only interested in your general knowledge. They also look for critical thinking,
of course.
Analysis skill, and your own personal opinion. And if one thing I learned in 2 years in France is that you need to work on your structure of your oral presentation. You need to be clear and well organized. It's all about structure.
Very true. So, Carl, Assistant Dean to...
Do you mind if I just weigh in on all
of
of this, just to kind of sum up? For those of us watching, it can seem like a very onerous sort of process, but for the right student, this is actually a fun exercise. They have 30 minutes to prepare, obviously based on that text, but then they have 10 minutes where they get to demonstrate how articulate and how critical they can be about an issue that they either have deep interest in or have some knowledge of. And in the interview process, which is with both an academic, an administrator from Sciences Po, but then from someone sort of outside the institution connected to the community, usually it's an alumnus of the organization, it can be somewhat of a unique conversation that takes place as well.
Sciences Po.